Time to get to an obscure record, a Lost 45. Mr. DJ is go through the top 40 extras, and boy, there's a whole bunch of them on this fancy playlist. Rockwell's Obscene Phone Caller, Love of the Common People by Paul Young. Not a big hit here in the States, but in England, boy, it was top 5, I believe. Might gone to number 1 over there. And Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It? That'll be on my fancy playlist. Boys Do Fall in Love by Robin Gibb. That video was played on Night Tracks, and I believe I came across this video on Night Tracks. One Way, Lady You Are. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw this video on Night Tracks. This is classic Quiet Storm. This is gonna paint you into the lovey-dovey song. Snuggy, cuddly. Yes, indeed. One Way, Lady You Are. On my fancy playlist, June 4th, 1984, Night Tracks. They played a lot of R&B stuff, even rap stuff you never heard on the mainstream top 40 radio stations. I remember seeing videos by Jesse Johnson, Climax, Run DMC. I believe it was Rock Box by Run DMC. Never heard that. On stations like Kicks 106 in Birmingham or I-95, they would not touch anything like that. But Night Tracks, they were more colorblind. They played these tracks, and they might have played this one, Lady You Are. Got a nice hook in this record, too. It's a slow jam, a slow mid-tempo jam. Just get into it late at night, or just something to kind of ease your mind a little bit, kind of relax with a drink in your hand. Just turn up your stereo, and there comes that record. Man, just perfect. One Way, they started out as the Soul Partners. Al Hudson and the Soul Partners. This was in the mid-70s. They later became Al Hudson and the Partners, and just Partners. They added a woman. Her name was Alicia Myers, late 70s. This band formed around 1975, and she was an occasional lead singer, and she co-wrote some songs by this band. One of the songs that she wrote, You Can Do It, 1979. It was minor league on the R&B charts, went to number 52 on the R&B charts, but it went to number 15 in the UK. And this is the thing about One Way. Although they were not massive in the 70s, not necessarily massive on R&B even into the 80s, they were consistent chart performers. Didn't do too well on R&B in the late 70s, but by 1980 there was an uptick. And by 1982 they started having some top 10 hits on R&B. Their biggest hit, Cutie Pie, 1982. That one charted on Billboard's Hot 100, but was ignored by the pop stations for the most part. But it went up to 61 on Billboard's Hot 100, top 10 or top 20 on R&B. Alicia Myers, she left the group in 1981, 1982. Now, they were on the MCA label by that time. She left the group and she released her solo album in 1982. Released her first solo album in 1982. And she was replaced by another woman, her name Candace Edwards. Candace Edwards on female leads. And she was with that band for about 3 or 4 or 5 years. And this record, Lady You Are, 1984, went to number 5. No surprise. This is a no-brainer. A shoe-in as far as R&B top 10 is concerned. Laid claim to number 5 on the R&B, number 5 on the R&B charts on Billboard, and it is a top 40 extra on my fancy playlist, adding a little bit of that sweet soul music. That's what it's all about. I mean, the record like this, man. Think about it. If you're into that soul music, those groups, you listen to this record, you think of the Commodores, you think of Lionel Richie. It's got that 80s sound, but you hear echoes of some of these other groups from the 60s and 70s, like the Delphonics, the Intrigues, the Delphonics, the Intrigues, the Intruders, maybe a little bit of the Temptations. Yes, just my imagination running away with me. Fantasy playlist of June 4th, 1984. It's One Way. The group One Way. Lady You Are. Sounds a little like Freddie Jackson, too. Thought I'd add that in for good measure.